Coin grading guy here, and what I have for you today is a 1914 Buffalo nickel. And as you can see by that green stuff on there, this coin has some issues, or at least has that as an issue. So the story behind this coin, and the reverse is even worse, I'll show you that here in a second. The story behind this coin is that this, amongst some other Buffalo nickels, were in a white envelope, just like an envelope that you'd send a letter in. And they had been in there for however many years, I have no idea, but many, many, many years. And that green stuff you see on there, I can only presume is what is on this coin. Now, the interesting thing with this is that there is a ton of detail left on this nickel. And I'll try to get some, see if we can do this here. But you can see, like, they talk about the full horn. That is there. You know, it's just all covered up by the PVC or whatever residue that is. And likewise on the obverse, you know, there's a lot of detail. A lot of detail left. Let's see if I can stop shaking here. You know, it's kind of flat there above the braid, but that oftentimes is the case even in mint state grades. So I am going to send this off. I'm obviously going to have this one conserved. And I just really, this is kind of an experiment for me. I don't think, well, it looks like a polish, you know, you can kind of see there's might be, it kind of has a polished look to it. I don't think that, again, I do this as a hobby, I'm not for certain, but I don't think this one's been cleaned. I've looked for hairlines. I don't think that, I don't find them. So I think that's just because it's, you know, what it's, the nickel that it's made out of more than anything is why it looks like that. And I do have some graded Buffalo nickels that are mint state that don't reflect, kind of do that cartwheel thing like the silver coins do, maybe like a Morgan or a $50 or something like that. So I am going to send this one away. This, if they can get this stuff off it, and if, you know, it's good enough to be, you can see on the rim as well, on the edge. If it is good enough to get in the mint state, that would be kind of a cool little score. It would be fun. And I know that I have some others that I can actually send away and probably figure out that the results will probably be maybe in line with whatever this comes back. So this will be an interesting one. This is going to test the conservation skills there at NGC. And stay tuned and we'll show you what we get. 1914 Philly Buffalo nickel back from grading, and as you can see, mint state 62, conservation paid off. Paid off. It worked. It got the coin back to you know, a nice looking state, back to its, I guess, the best as you could say, original state. And yeah, it looks good in my opinion. I'm glad I sent it away. You know, there's the 1914 is not all that on, you know, many millions were minted. So it's not the most rare coin out there, but, you know, finding it kind of in the raw like I did, I thought it would be pretty cool to send it away because I thought it would get a straight grade. And sure enough, it did get a straight grade. So happy about that. I'm also happy because where I found this one, as I alluded to earlier, there are more. So I'll be, you'll most likely be seeing some Buffalo nickels with all that green stuff on them, showing up in videos at a later date. Another thing going, I didn't realize this until I got this coin back, but doing a little bit of, I guess, research on the 14 Philly here. Apparently there's a little bit of drama with the 1914 and allegedly a 4/3 overdate or variety, or I'm not entirely sure what it's referred to, but in the, and you won't be able to see any of it here, and I'm going to put up some pictures, but back in the 90s, apparently somebody thought they found a variety or an overdate with the, you can maybe kind of see it on the top of the 4, but there was something with the dyes where they had a dye making error, and the mint tried to correct it, and they did so by kind of grinding down or polishing down the dyes, and that of a 1913 dye to make it a 1914, and so apparently that was recognized for some time. Apparently now there's it's sort of not, and when I say sort of not, NGC will not attribute a 4/3 1914 Buffalo nickel. Apparently PCGS did at some point. I'm not sure they will anymore. And however, the I don't know, from a collector standpoint, trying to keep this all straight and not necessarily a dealer or somebody that's entirely all the way in the hobby, the Red Book still has it in there. So I think this coin has some remnants of what they were talking about. And like I said, I'll throw the pictures up there and you guys can take a look at those. For whatever it's worth too, on when you're looking at coins and trying to find some detail under magnification, it helps to sometimes look at them from a different direction than when you normally would, especially if you're looking for something that's kind of fine. The way the light hits it or the shadows come off it or something like that sometimes helps. But all right, anyway, you guys do your own research on that. That's about as much detail as I'm going to provide, since it seems to be amongst the coin collecting or dealer community a little bit of a disputed point on this overdate, if that's what they're calling it. But all right, that's all I got for you today. If you like this kind of content, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.